In an age of wars, doubts, and shifting kingdoms, when faith flickered like a fragile candle in the winds of change, God raised a quiet soul, not a king, not a warrior, not a scholar crowned with fame, but a listener, a man whose greatest strength was obedience, and whose legacy would ignite devotion across centuries. Today on the Saint's Path, we journey into the lives of Saint Claude de la Colombière, a Jesuit priest whose humility opened the door to one of the most powerful spiritual movements in Christian history. Claude was born in 1641 in France, into a respectable family with opportunity and comfort. Yet from childhood, there was a tension within him, a longing for a purpose greater than status, deeper than wealth. He was intelligent, eloquent, disciplined. Teachers admired him. Friends respected him. But admiration did not satisfy the silent question echoing in his heart. What is my life truly for? At a young age, he entered the Society of Jesus, the Jesuits, not because it was easy, but because it demanded everything. Jesuit training was not gentle. It shaped the mind with philosophy, sharpened the tongue with rhetoric, and purified the soul through discipline. Claude wrestled with pride. He later admitted that he desired recognition. He wanted to be admired. But holiness is not born from applause. It is born in surrender. Years passed. Through prayer, study, and obedience, ambition slowly melted into humility. The man who once sought approval began to seek only God's will. Claude became known as a gifted preacher and spiritual guide. His words carried clarity and warmth. But his most important mission had not yet begun. He was sent to a small town called Père-Limonel, a quiet place that would soon become the center of a spiritual awakening. There, he met a humble nun. Margaret Mary spoke of visions of Christ's Sacred Heart, burning with love for humanity. But many doubted her. Some dismissed her experiences as imagination. Claude listened, not with skepticism, not with blind belief, but with discernment. He prayed. He observed. He tested the authenticity of her claims with wisdom and humility. And slowly he became convinced. This was not fantasy. This was grace. Claude chose courage over comfort. He publicly supported the message of the Sacred Heart, a devotion centered on the boundless love and mercy of Christ. This decision was risky. Religious politics were complex. Support could invite criticism. But Claude understood something profound. Truth often needs a voice before it finds acceptance. Through letters, sermons, and spiritual guidance, he helped spread the devotion that would later transform millions of lives. Claude was later sent to England as chaplain to a royal duchess. But England was hostile toward Catholic clergy. He was arrested, imprisoned, interrogated. The once respected preacher now faced humiliation and danger. Yet, even in confinement, he remained serene. He prayed not for escape, but for faithfulness. His health deteriorated, but his spirit did not. Released due to illness, Claude returned to France weakened. Tuberculosis slowly consumed his body. He could no longer preach as before. No grand sermons. No large crowds. But sanctity does not require a stage. In silence, he continued guiding souls, writing letters, and offering his suffering with peace. In 1682, Claude's earthly journey ended. No royal procession. No public celebration. Yet heaven rejoiced. The devotion he helped nurture would spread across continents. The Sacred Heart would become a symbol of divine love recognized worldwide. Claude did not found an empire. He did not command armies. He did not write volumes of theology. He listened. He believed. He obeyed. And through obedience, he became the bridge between a hidden revelation and a global devotion. History often celebrates the loud and the victorious. But heaven remembers the faithful and the obedient. Saint Claude de la Colombière teaches us that holiness is not always dramatic. Sometimes it is simply the courage to listen, to trust, and to act when truth calls. This has been the Saint's Path.